You know what? No, this isn't right. What's not right? Come on, man. I got a video to make. No, I got something to say. I want to call them out. Who, the Leafs? What do you think I'm about to do? No, not the stupid Leafs. You! Huh? No, I've had it. You show up every 3 months without even clicking subscribe to see the Leafs screaming, man, go kaboom! And I'm sick of it! Let's go! Why not? The Toronto Maple Leafs! I guess my brand is a yell and scream. I don't script these. Are the Leafs alright? So what you get is from the heart. Welcome to LFR. Leafs lose 3-2 in overtime to the Vancouver Canucks, a team that has not played in nearly a month and blew a multi-goal lead to do it! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, God bless the Toronto Maple Leafs because they are a constant reminder to be what you are. Today, they might call that sticking to your brand because we live in a dystopian hellscape, but the Leafs have a brand! And they stick to it like poop on Velcro! Time has stopped meaning anything. I forgot, like, people kept saying, oh, the Canucks haven't played for over a month. I'm like, it's been like 2 weeks. Nope! March 24th was the Vancouver Canucks' last game. It was a 5-1 loss at the hands of the Winnipeg Jets. Wow. Game before that, 4-0 to the Jets. Ooh. Game before that, a 5-4 shootout loss to the Montreal Canadiens. In their last win, ironically, Friday, March 19th, a 3-2 overtime win over the Habs. So it was nearly a month since they'd played a game at all, and it was a month minus a day since their last win. And the Leafs found a way. They found it from deep down inside of them to lose. And they became the first team to lose to an E-Bug. No, let me finish. They became the first team to drop a 3-goal lead in Game 7 of a playoff series. The Toronto Maple Leafs are like if the same team who lost in Air Bud and Most Valuable Primate and let's throw in Mystery Alaska were the same team. Except they are holy smoking, honest to goodness real. And we cheer for them. And I make videos after every one of their games. That's what I chose to do. And last night I was saying to my wife, I have a wife, I know it's wild. I said I could have been anything. Like I could have been a doctor and I'm this. Oh, but bless her, she reminded me, I don't think you could have been a doctor. And she's right, I couldn't have been a doctor. I'm not that smart. Case in point, I cheer for the Leafs. I promise I'll calm down. But to everyone who's like, how dare you lump in this loss with those other ones that you were talking about? Watch this. From Cole Anderson, according to historical betting market data, the Vancouver Canucks were the least likely home team to win in a decade plus of data, 23% implied win probability. The Vancouver Canucks had less than a quarter likelihood of winning that game, and they actually did it under pretty wild circumstances. Yeah, Cole, wow, what an inspiring story. Whomst did they do it against? Oh, the same team that everyone does it against, the same team that absolutely everybody does it against. And this, ooh, here's James Myrtle from The Athletic. This guy is on my EASHL team. The Leafs are 9-3-3 with a 61% expected goals mark over the past 15 games. Not exactly time to panic. Biggest concern could well be goaltending at this point. Every day I wake up and I feel like the scientist in a disaster movie that nobody is listening to. It's okay, folks. The Leafs' only concern at this point is the most important thing. To borrow a line from Jeff Merrick, you could change the name of hockey to goalie. And yes, the Leafs got goalied. They did. Braden Holtby was spectacular, except he didn't really start that way, did he? With the Willie Snipe, I'm like, First 5-10 minutes of that game, I'm like, he does not look comfortable at all. But then he remembered he was playing the Leafs and it was like Popeye crushing an entire tin of spinach. He allowed the 1 goal to Matthews the rest of the way and that was it. Except was it it? And we'll get to that later. By the way, the Leafs get a 5-minute major and we'll talk about why in a minute. But they find a way to score on that power play darn near the end of it. And it was so unbelievable that the ref didn't even count it right away. And this whole power play fiasco with the Leafs, they didn't even look happy when they scored it. So now the Leafs are like, what, 2 for 46 or something like that in their last 46? Matthews has both goals and one was a 5-minute major, and the other was a power play that they had previously had a shorthanded goal scored against them. The Leafs haven't gotten a 2-minute power play and simply scored, and that was it for over a month. But they do score, and they have a 2-0 lead, a multi-goal lead. Fans of every other team are watching this video going, Steve, you're talking about that like it's a bad thing. But the 5-minute major came because Alex Edler need Zach Hyman. And at the time I'm shooting this, he has a hearing, he being Alex Edler. Well, Edler was at the end of a long shift, soft-spoken guy, and doesn't do this. Yeah, he doesn't do this except for the 2 other times he got suspended in the NHL and the 1 time internationally that coincidentally was for kneeing! I had a tweet last night that set off a lot of people, basically talking about Alex Edler and how fed up I am with him, because that was the 2nd penalty that he took that game. He had another multi-penalty game against the Leafs. That's at least the 5th penalty that he's taken against the Leafs this season. You'll remember Jason Spezza confiscated confiscated, I said confiscated his jock in a game earlier this season when he scored his hat-trick goal. And in the process, Edler tried to injure him. It was a vicious slash attempt, and I think he missed, if I remember correct. Getting all sorts of tweets like, watch games other than the Leafs. I am, very literally, only talking about things he's done in the few games he's played against the Leafs this season. Which means we watch the same games. Renew your prescription. I just did it. It only takes 15 minutes. And so now we just have to hope that one of the Leafs' most important players wasn't injured in this absolutely nothing game. And let me just say before we get too deep into the video, and I should have said it earlier, what the Canucks did to win this game, remarkable. I know it was against the Leafs, so we should grade on a curve, but still, remarkable. To be off as long as they were. Let's say they were healthy the entire time and everything was fine. They very weren't. Not just dealing with COVID, but the stress of it, not wanting to give it to anybody, any of your loved ones. To come back after nearly a month, through all the stresses that you've persevered through everything that you've had to deal with, and come back and win is nothing short of Herculean. Should they have even been playing? Great question, but they did, and they won, and they came back to do it. It's remarkable. But if I'm going to have beef with anything, it is the no goal in the final minute. Mad scramble in front, Mitch Marner seems to think that it's in, and they review it. And here's the problem. It's in. We all know it's in. Leaf fans know it's in, Canucks fans know it's in. Show a fan who's never watched hockey before in their life. They think it's in. And I have a theory behind that. That's because the puck is in. But in order to call it a goal officially, there has to be conclusive video evidence. There's got to be a video showing the puck go in. People are tweeting these videos and screenshots going, look, it's right there. And I'm like, where? Seeing like, oh, you gotta get your eyes checked. I'm like, guys, I'm actively trying to see the puck, hoping that I see the puck. It's... where? I don't see it, guys. I don't see it. And they made the right call by calling that no goal because you need conclusive video evidence, and that video evidence was anything but conclusive. I will say this, though. The little scooch, the little scooch that Braden Holtby does to clearly drag the puck out of the net because the puck is in the net. What's up with that? This isn't a Braden Holtby thing, it's not a Vancouver Canucks thing. Every goalie has done this since the dawn of time, including countless Leafs goalies. Hot take, are you ready? It should be a delay of game penalty. Yep, why not? Who gets up like that if not to drag the puck out of the net? I'll wait. Call me mad all you want, but you better call me right, because I am. Leafs goalies have done it too, yes. Now what? Well, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So you agree it's cheating then. Good. The puck was in, Leafs should have won the game, and I would have probably been almost as mad if they had won the game too, because they should have had a better effort against a team that hadn't played in a month! And then, of course, the Cinderella story. They go on to lose in overtime, and it's the captain. I mean, come on. Bravo! Bravo! Even I can see through my anger that that is a magical, mystical moment, and if I was a Vancouver Canucks fan, I'd be having a very good day. But for any Leafs fan right now who's going, Steve, they played well, and they got goalied, and this and that and the other. Ooh, I wish I was like you. I do. I wish I had a little bit of you in my personality. To be so aloof. To be so carefree, to be so calm. But for the love of Dave Keon, you need a little bit of me. How do you do that? How do you just not care? How do you get up in the morning and go, I don't care? How do you do that? How do you have the physical ability to do that? I can't because I have a heartbeat and blood pumping through my veins and a camera that I whack unintentionally from time to time. I do wish I was a little bit more like you. I do, but I don't know how you get up out of bed in the morning and go, yeah, but they outshot the team that hadn't played in almost a month. The Leafs outshooting the Vancouver Canucks was the prerequisite for this game beginning and ending. Because in the North Division, the Leafs are in first, the Canucks are in sixth, and the Canucks had not played for a month. Literally screaming myself hoarse. I wish I was a little bit more like you, but But then we go a little too aggressively in the other direction. From Keith Olbermann. Okay. Tied after regulation and after a month of COVID suspension. 1, the Canucks are made of sterner stuff, and I don't mean Ulf. 2, if you seriously think the Maple Leafs have the internal fortitude to win the Stanley Cup, you're nuts. Canucks 3-2 in OT. I realize even the worst team in modern hockey, the 74-75 Caps, won 8 games. But this is one of the most amazing single-game victories in history. If you run the Leafs, start concocting trades to unload Everybody. Then fire the coach, the GM, whoever. Sincerely, every one of your uncles on Facebook. First of all, Keith, this is my job. Get off my lawn! Second of all, the final paragraph is absolutely ridiculous, but everything leading up to it, might have a point. Listen, everything about this little stretch here is about preparing for the playoffs and showing that you're ready and getting ready. And you're not going to believe this, but I read this in my research. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, the goalies are good there too. And your opponent plays pretty hard because it's the playoffs. And I hope you're wearing sandals because this next part is going to knock your socks off. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, the team that you're playing has played more recently than a month ago! And I guess the stress in my voice is just for once, I would like to grow a playoff beard instead of a week and a half of stubble! Last but not least, there is no question section for this LFR. That is for your own good. The amount of angry tweets I am seeing, like people just arguing at each other in my mentions, over 12 hours after the fact. Stop! Steve, it's a lockdown. I can't do anything. I promise you anything you choose to do would be better than that. And I'm definitely telling you this from experience. I have never once gotten into a Twitter argument like that and come out of it not going, what was the point of that? Stop it. Stop. Go fold your clothes. Go drink a glass of water. I don't care what you do. Stop it! Ugh. I don't know what else to say. I am thoroughly burnt out from the season, and it's so much easier to talk about a winning team. And like clockwork, here they are. Hey boys, good to see you again. By all means, you're welcome to shut me up and everybody up who says that sort of thing. You're welcome to flip the script on what the Toronto Maple Leafs are. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Get off of Twitter! New podcast later tonight. Drink water and get off of Twitter. Stop it.